welcome back. We are digging deeper and we're getting into the nitty-gritty of protecting your business, especially the IP, as we are going to dive into kind of the patent side of it. So you started a business, not just an idea, but you built something based on your intellectual experience. Property? I don't know. Can I use property there?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't know.
Built on your intellectual property. You're building a business based on your intellectual property. Yes.
Yes, that sounds great.
That's it. Signed, sealed, out the door.
Done deal.
I need someone with a stamp.
Oh, yes. That is hopefully what I will get.
Yes.
Stamp of approval.
What has that process been like, especially as you've built out something? Because I think clothing can be so hard too, especially with how many dupes, etc., and like honestly predatory businesses that are out there. What has it been like trying to file a patent, because there's so many boxes to check and so many different ways people can find a loophole?
Yes.
Take me through it.
Yep. It's a lot.
Period.
And we're done. So this is where I turn to a lot of my connections in the e-commerce space that I've gathered from the past 3 to 4 years. And so I went through, and honestly, a lot of them have been on Retention Chronicles. And I was like, walk me through this idea now, like, or this process, because I have no clue how to do it. And so naturally, kind of the order of things was obviously getting the prototype, making sure like when I hand sewn, just, figuring it out on my own, that it was like working, one. And then really the next step was, after talking to those founders, doing a lot of research on my own. So it's all public domain on the USPTO website, so US Patent and Trademark Office. And so I spent a lot of time just thinking through any keywords that would be somewhat related to my bathing suit and my idea.
Yeah.
So I was searching things, obviously, bathing suit, swimsuit, looking at one piece, two piece, convertible swimwear, adjustable swimwear, all-in-one swimwear, anything that I could think of. And then it'll spit out all of the related available or current patents. Yeah. And then I was reading them, looking through like the drawings mostly. Yeah. So just looking at, okay, is this somewhat similar to my bathing suit? And then kind of taking note of what is already patented. Yeah. And then I was also looking at products that I know and that I love are patented. So I was looking at, okay, how are these things that I actually am holding in my hands because I own them, how's that patent written? Oh, so I was like trying to reverse engineer it almost.
Yeah, to protect. Because if they can protect it, how can I use that same framework?
Exactly. And like one of my favorite examples, and she's a big inspiration to me, but Haley Pavone, she is the founder of Passion Footwear. Oh, cool. And it's like a heel that you can take the high heel off of and wear it as a flat. And so I looked into her patent because I know she has it, and like I own the shoes, so it's like, I
want to hear about that later.
Okay,
because I've been looking at it.
I almost wore them, but okay, we'll do a deep dive. Yeah. So I was reverse engineering. So after I went through the phase of, okay, do I think that this is patentable? And I was looking at USPTO has a ton of resources of, does it check XYZ? Yeah. And so I got to the conclusion of, okay, yes, I'm not seeing anything that is patentable that is similar, or I'm not seeing anything that's already patented that is similar to mine. Yeah. And so then I really went through and did a deep dive into the USPTO like resources for filing. And they actually have a list of universities that they work with, like law clinics.
Very cool.
So cool. And like I am telling everyone I know about this because it is awesome. And they have a list of universities who will work with first-time entrepreneurs or people who, are under a certain income bracket, filing by themselves, all that fun stuff. And they will pair up, if you apply and get accepted, pair up you with a law student who is overseen by their professor, who's an actual patent lawyer.
Amazing.
Incredible.
I was just going to ask, because I guess until that point,